Hey, what's up, everybody? Um, Got a new toy here. I wanted to show you guys. Just kind of go over it real quick. It's not really a review. I'm not going to call it a review because I haven't really used it. I just got this yesterday, so I haven't really used it a whole lot, and I don't think you can really review something without actually using it, putting it through its paces and what have you. So, when I do these, like, I just got something new I want to show it to you guys because I think it's cool. I'm going to call it my show and tell series. And then, like, I'll do this show and tell on this, and then I'll show you it, tell you a little bit about it, tell you what I think of it. And then, month, 2 months, couple months, 6 months, however many months or however long down the road, I'll do an actual review on it after I've used it a lot, to where I think I can give you an honest opinion of it, and talk about things that I've done with it and things it can do and can't do. So here it is, my first show and tell, my schmog top review, as I'd like to call it. It is going to be on the Benchmade Griptilian folding knife, pocket knife, folding knife, whatever you want to call it. I still call folding knives pocket knives because essentially you fold them and then put them in your pocket, even though it's not a traditional style pocket knife. Anyway, as you see here, this is what you get when you buy, if you buy it new. You get the cool Benchmade box. Slides open. It's got nice cushy foam in there. Pretty blue, but nobody cares about that. Comes with the user manual. Tells you, don't be an idiot. How to take care of your knife, blah, blah, blah. One thing that I read in here that I thought was cool. Benchmade you can send your knife back to them, and they'll resharpen it back to a factory edge, like a super sharp factory edge, for just $5. And the only reason they charge you $5 is to cover the shipping back to you. So basically, you ship it to them plus $5. They send it back to you, factory sharp again, with a factory edge on it again. So I mean, like 10, $12. They'll fix her up good as new for you, which I think is pretty cool. But besides that, nobody cares about that. There's this little tag. It says genuine Axis mechanics, which is the style of lock that this has, which I believe is patented and owned by Benchmade. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. I don't know if any other knife companies use this style of lock. I know Benchmade does on a lot of their knives, and it's a super good lock system, but nobody cares about that little tag. We're just going to get that out of here. Then you get this super cool, silky smooth drawstring little pouch bag. It says Benchmade on it. You put your knife in there. That's probably more for the collector guys. I'm not a collector guy. I don't have a whole bunch of money. I can't go out and buy 300 knives to put them in bags and set them in a drawer. So I'm going to use this. So I don't need that. I'll just get rid of that. Knock my camera over. I want to apologize for the lighting and the quality of this video. As most of you guys know, I'm still using my cell phone. But so here it is. There's the knife. The Benchmade Griptilian. I got it in the sand, I believe is what this color is called. It's like a little lighter than a coyote brown, like a tan. I believe they call it sand. I'm not sure. Let's try to give you some specs here. I'm terrible with specs. I usually don't pay attention to that. Now I got the full size Griptilian. They also make a mini Griptilian. And I was going to get that one, but apparently in the world of knives I have bigger hands. And it didn't fit bad in my hand, but it didn't fit as good as this one did, so I got the full size one. Let's see, but the overall length, we're right at about 8 inches. Pretty close to it. Somewhere around there. Let's see. I don't know how well you guys can see this. The closed length is a little over 4.5. by 4 5/8, somewhere around there. Which most of you can probably do the math. But blade length right about 3.5-ish, somewhere around there. Cutting edge just a little bit shorter than that. And the handle length's about, well, 4 5/8, because when it's closed, it's nothing but the handle. So anyway, you figure it out. It is, see if we can get this to focus here. 154 cm steel, which is a very, very good steel. I'm pretty sure it's stainless. For some guys, don't like stainless. I like stainless. I like carbon, I like stainless. Both has their ups and downs. But I think for a knife like this, stainless is the way to go. As you can see, it's got some fancy dude's name on it. It's got an NSN number, so it means it's available through the military. If it'll focus. Maybe. It's got the patent number on it. All that good stuff. See here, it's got the Benchmade logo. USA 551. This is the model number of this. There's all different kinds of scales you can get. You can get black, OD green, pink for the ladies out there. I think there's like a light blue. All kinds of different colors. You can get the black blade or the plain uncoated blade. I don't know, I'm not sure what this coating is on here, but it's not real thick. I mean, it's smooth, so I don't think it's really going to affect anything. They also have a couple different blade styles you can get. You can get this style with a half serrated edge for you guys that like serrations, or the only one guy I know that likes serrations, Magnus Anderson. You can get this with serrations, so you should get it because it's an awesome knife. I'm just kidding. I think it's an awesome knife, but yes, you can get it serrated. And it's also got another blade, and I'm stupid, and I should have looked this up before I started this video. I don't know what it's called, but instead of the thumb studs, it's a little wider there, and it's got the big hole, kind of like a spider co, that you can use your thumb in. And then the blade isn't quite as curved right here. The blade kind of comes out a little straighter, and then the top of the knife dips down. It's kind of funky looking, but you can get it in that style. And then you can get that style plain edge or half serrated too. But I wanted this blade style. I like the pointy, how it comes to more of a point on the end. It's got a little bit more of a belly to it. I originally wanted to get this in OD green, but they didn't have this blade design in OD green, so I went with the tan, which I think is still cool anyway. It's got ambidextrous thumb studs on both sides. The pocket clip is a nice big heavy duty pocket clip. As you can see, well, this doesn't focus very well. I need to get a camera. Holds on with 3 screws. You can put it on the other side if you'd like. Both sides are identical. So if you're a lefty, you can put the pocket clip on the other side. The thumb studs are on both sides. The axis lock system release is on both sides. So, like I said, all you gotta do is change the pocket clip to the other side. You can use it as a left hand. It's got a little lanyard hole. Right now, you can see it there. Not a very big one, but I'm not big on lanyards anyway, so I'm not going to put one on it. So I really don't care about lanyard holes. Some of them guys like to put them fancy paracord ones with a skull on it and all that stuff. I mean, they're kind of cool looking, but I'd rather just not. This knife straight out of the box was hair popping sharp. I didn't have to do anything to it. Seems like nowadays you have a hard time getting a new knife that's very sharp, but this one was Benchmade. Benchmade's a good name. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about them, stuff like that. Awesome company. They make awesome knives. They have a really good reputation. But yeah, like I said, it was super sharp out of the box. It's still super sharp, but like I said, I haven't used it that much. I love this locking mechanism. It makes opening and closing so super easy. It's not going to come open like in your pocket, but at the same time, it's got a little bit of retention to it, but it's not like locked. And you know, some folding knives you got to sit there and play with them and break them in, get them more in. But this one's lightning fast right out of the box. And this one is not assisted. It's not an automatic knife. It's just a plain Jane manual opening and closing, which I like. I don't like them as spring assisted. Flipper. I like the flipper knives. I like, you know, where it's got a little thing over here and you can flip it. I don't like them assisted, and I don't like automatic knives. I like just plain manual. So, like I said, super easy to open. And the way this lock's set up, I'll do it with this finger so you can see it. That's locked. When that's forward, it's locked. You pull it back, and now it's unlocked. Locked, unlocked. Then you can close it. Which also makes it super easy for opening and one-handed closing. It's not like a liner lock or a frame lock where your thumb's here and then you gotta close it on your thumb. Keep your hand out of the way, pull that down, and just give it a little flip and she'll close. And you can flip it open too. I know it's probably pretty hard to see. I'm still getting the hang of this. Still playing with it, like I said, it's new. But you can see how that would probably come in handy a lot of times, you know, if you're out in the woods or if you're doing anything. You know, you got, you know, this hand's occupied and I gotta cut something. You whip it open, cut it, whip it back closed, poof, stick it back in your pocket, you're good to go. Again, it's super smooth, opening and closing. The thing, I mean, you can crack it open. See that one closed so hard it bounced out. That blade doesn't hit anything in there. I had one guy say something about, you know, when you whip it closed like that, that blade edge is bouncing off with something in there. It's not. There's something in here that actually stops that, so that the actual edge of your blade isn't bouncing off stuff in there. And I believe that because there's no dents or nicks or anything, and since I got this yesterday, I probably opened and closed it 1,000 times. I've been walking around or sitting in the chair watching TV, just flipping it because it's what I do. I like playing with my new toys. So, my thoughts on it, my initial thoughts on it without really using it that much, I think it's going to be an awesome knife. Like I said, I never was a big folder or pocket knife kind of guy, but I wanted to get a good one, and I did a lot of research on them. And this was the one I decided on, and I think I made a marvelous, marvelous choice. I am just impressed with this knife all around. The handle, the scales, if you can hear that, it feels kind of hollow and light. But I mean, it's centered, it's balanced pretty good. And these things are, I forget, some kind of special plastic. I don't remember. It's on the Benchmade website if you're interested, you can look it up. But it's super tough. I've watched other videos where they beat the snot out of these things and they don't break. And again, you can get them all customized. They make micarta scales, glow in the dark scales, metal scales, aluminum scales. If you're into doing all that fancy, make my knife pretty type stuff, but I'm just going to use it. I'm going to use the hell out of it, so I really don't care. And I like the color of these anyway, so I'm just going to leave them. I did a feather stick with it earlier, and it did superb. It made an awesome feather stick. Oh, something else you bushcrafty guys would like. The spine of this knife is 90 degrees. I don't know if you're probably not going to be able to see it. But it's super sharp, and it throws sparks off a ferro rod like no other. that was one of the first things I did with it, because I noticed, I was like, well, that's pretty sharp. I wonder if that could throw sparks, even with this coating on. The coating doesn't affect it. If I wasn't in my house right now, I would totally show you, but I will show you that on a video I do of me using this knife so you can see. But I think it's pretty cool if you get a folder that can throw sparks, because you don't even have to open the knife. You know, say this is your ferro rod. You know, you can just scrape with your knife closed, which I think is awesome, instead of, you know, putting all that pressure on it out here. You can be right above it. You know, and it, first time I struck a ferro rod, it just showered sparks. Like I said, my initial opinion of it, 2 thumbs up. I am madly in love with it, and I think it's going to be awesome. So just based off my initial review and my handling it for 2 days, I would recommend it to people. Just based off that, but like I said, I haven't used it a lot. I'm going to try to get out here the next few days and put together a video of me actually using it so you guys can see it in action. But I mean, it's a knife. It's going to do what a knife's supposed to do. So look for that video coming up, and I'll show you guys throwing sparks off the back of it on a ferro rod, because I was really impressed by that. I think I'm going to shut up now. I've ran for almost 17 minutes. I have a horrible habit of making a short video a long video, because I don't have any friends, and I like talking to you guys. You guys are the only people I talk. No, I'm just kidding. I just want to make sure I get all the information out there, and I'm sorry if I say things twice. I was in the Army, and I was a non-commissioned officer. And for any of you guys that were in the military, you know sometimes you get those privates that you just have to keep saying things over and over again. So I kind of got stuck with that habit. But anyway, there it is. Benchmade Griptilian. My new toy. I love it. If you're on the fence about getting one, I'd say pull the trigger on it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I'm not at all. There you have it. We'll see you guys next time.